Rush to the hospital. She needs a full stomach of...
Yet apparently Emily likes us, which is weird.
No, I have to take care of something.
Furious masturbation.
But I can't take her alone. Please, Kason. Okay, I'll do it. Fast.
I guess I'll stop her from dying.
Just go.
It's not really safe for the dog to not have a tailgate there.
It's not safe at all.
Long time. Can you tell, Zach?
Remember when those people died? It's been since then.
One of the early plans for the game, Willie the dog was an immortal. So he's probably okay.
Yeah. I guess there's nothing saying he's not in this version, right? Oh, now the Raincoat Killer's there. If it was Thomas and Carol... Oh, okay.
Yeah, all three of them took turns, I believe. Right? That's sort of a classic mystery switch up where someone has the alibi for one murder and someone else has the alibi for the other murder, so they couldn't be the murderer, but it turns out that they're two people.
Right. I honestly don't think I've seen it anywhere except Scream and Hot Fuzz.
Oh, Hot Fuzz was great.
Of course, I guess I haven't watched that many. I don't know. Like I like a lot of crime, but you know, like I like crime TV. They don't really have time enough to go into stuff like that.
That's the sort of place where I've seen it, where I've seen it done. But there are lots of different crime TVs, and they've all got different styles. But I think I've seen it on Castle and Bones, neither of which I watch anymore. Because they're both canceled, I think.
Previously during the investigation.
The Midsummer Murders, the British version of Murder, She Wrote, they did that once.
I won't let you take it. Die, you skanky swine.
Carol.
I'm glad we got to have that in the previous one.
York, are you saying that Thomas was not responsible for the murders?
So everybody loves Emily, yet is also trying to murder her. Love G. That's what it should have been called this whole game.
Well, Thomas and Carol were both jealous of Emily.
G-Love would have been a lot better.
That is a rapper, though. I think so.
Is it? Of course, if he were called G-Love, I'd just call him Glove.
Dawn. Wait, now we're playing Until Dawn.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's the purple arrows. There you go.
Those purple arrows called to me, man.
Gardening sickle. As opposed to, murder sickle.
Murder sickle.
I'd like a murder sickle, please.
Or a bicycle.
Back in the sheriff's house? Building? Office?
I guess we're going to do exactly the same thing we just did.
I thought we went to George's house before we had our conflict with George, but maybe not. See? It's sneakers with heels.
Turn into George's house.
Odd-looking shoes.
I'm thinking of asking Emily out for dinner once this is all over.
Focus your
Nothing too fancy.
focus.
You don't want to relax.
Somewhere where we can
You want to
relax.
fuck up George's shit.
You know what?
Focus.
What?
Nick's Diner might be a good idea.
That's my
I think I
penis.
owe him a nice big tip, too.
Is he really just... No.
I think I owe him just the tip, Zach.
I'd like him to come out and go, what? He left? Where'd he get... That motherfucker left?
So, way earlier, you were talking about people were like, I liked how you spelled hibiscus right. The best comment that I ever get on my writing is I actually
That surprise,
enjoyed that. And it's like, okay, like, I mean, I'm glad about half of that sentence.
my best compliment from a non-professional, because professional compliments actually can be much milder, but I take them more seriously. But from just a friend reading, my best compliment was that I gave them a nightmare. One of my stories. Yeah.
Nice.
It's kind of sadistic to take pleasure in that, but I do.
Sure, of course.
Unfortunately, I've forgotten which story it was.
Oh god, it's gonna get loud. So loud. Just pick a different weapon. Jesus. Oh, maybe that destroyed it. I've gotten people to cry and get off.
At the same time?
I think that's pretty good. No. At least not that I know of.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've got crying. I've got...
I think that was just an emotionally unstable reader. So that's really the kind of shortcut to getting that reaction.
And an infomaniac reader for the other reaction. Well, I thought I'd stop and read your story in the middle of fucking.
Get the stabilizer.
Just kind of laid open on his back. Or her back.
I'll never be able to have lunch here again.
I don't think you'd want to eat what you could get.
Looks like a little tiki doll over there.
I suppose that's a plate of cookies that's flat?
Some haberdashery
boxes. That's a good word, haberdashery.
It is. For a little while, I wanted to be a haberdasher, just so I could say I'm a haberdasher. I also wanted to be a restaurateur once I found out that it doesn't have a fucking N in it. Why doesn't it? You run restaurants.
You could be a raconteur.
Oh.
Yeah, you kind of are, yeah.
I'm a raconteur. What are you talking about? A raconteur, a gadabout, and a...
Flippity-jibbit.
Flaneur.
Fancy my soul. That's not how physics works.
That's how nightmare physics works.
Puzzle lock. If I ever got to build a home, I'd have like a couple stupid puzzle locks put in. I'd leave them open all the time because it's inconvenient as hell, but just for fun.
I definitely have a
oh
stairway
yeah, I think that's necessary. You can call it a safe room if you want your builders to put it in without looking at you funny.
So, speaking of stories giving you nightmares, just in case he happens to be listening, I was telling you about this before we recorded, but just in case Joe Hill is listening, just want to let you know a heart-shaped box gave me a nightmare. So
Joe Hill yelled at me once on Twitter. There's some violent shooting or other, and he said something about these maniacs, blah, 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 and I decided this was the appropriate time to go, the mentally ill are not responsible for something, and he told me I was being ridiculous. Okay, fine. Joe Hill called me ridiculous. I can live with that.
I've talked with both James Gunn and Jenna Hayes
really?
on Twitter about Joe Hill. So.
I like Joe Hill. I'm actually starting to like him better than his dad, and I'm very big fan of his dad.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I felt that way about 20 pages into the first thing of his I read. So, and this is from someone who's been a King fan for. Well, I don't know. I think everybody has a kind of mixed. Thomas's Biscuit is so fucking sad now. I think everybody has kind of a mixed history with Stephen King.
Sure,
and so many goddamn
no
books,
matter
right?
what kind of stuff you like, There's going to be at least one book in there that's just terrible.
And I mean, I think he's kind of like he's one of those authors who even people who don't read very much, they probably read.
He likes to tell the story of I can't remember what book he was promoting, but it was right after he wrote Shawshank Redemption, and the book he was promoting was much more gory and horrible. And some old lady came up to him and said, "You write these terrible books. You should write something good like Shawshank Redemption." And he said, "I did," and she said, "No, you didn't," and left. Yeah, I mean, I love King. Most everything, there's at least something I cringe aside and have to keep going on. That's probably true of most authors, honestly. And I think he's growing. Since I've been reading him, I think there's signs of growth, which is good.
It's weird. I had about a decade and a half where I didn't really like anything that he put out, but I'm now kind of catching up with the stuff that I've missed, and I've been really enjoying a lot of it. Like I'm reading Under the Dome currently, and just loving the hell out of it.
Revival was pretty good, I thought, which is another reason.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten up there. All right, just let the rain take care of the box of shit.
Under the Dome is pretty good. It has an awful lot of a trope that I have a problem with. Not in that it's problematic. It's everybody's turning against the protagonist because they're misunderstanding him and won't believe him and that sort of thing. It's like, he's so obviously a good guy and everyone's being so mean to him and like, ah! Oh, I know he does.
But King loves that though, right? Like King loves his bullies
and his evangelical Christians who are nuts. Sort of generically nuts, no particular thing. He likes people being driven mad by connecting with evil. He's got a few of them.
We all love that, though. I mean, who doesn't, right? I don't know, though. I loved... I loved Horns so much, but I think part of that might just be because it hits so close to home, so... Be curious to see... I'm reading Heart-Shaped Box now, and it obviously had an effect on me, but I'll be curious to see, do I enjoy this one as much?
I think my favorite of his is still Nosferatu at the moment, but we'll see as more stuff comes out. Nosferatu, very kind of comment in passing, ties together the books of the Hill universe. So they all take place in the same universe, apparently. Which, you'd sort of expect a member of the King family to do that. I think they worked together on some shorts that I've been meaning to look up.
Yeah, or at least they had stuff in the same book. But I think I remember that too. They worked together on a story.
And reportedly, the way the King family works, they always work together a little bit. Sort of what he calls the breakfast table, where they'll talk about what they're working on. Oops, sorry,
makes sense.
They talk about what they're working on and help each other out. They're all writers. Tabitha is a writer. Owen is a writer. Joe is a writer. I think there's another kid. Maybe? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, girl, right?
I'm not sure.
They're all fucking... This is why like Joe Hill, I was like, I wonder how he chose Hill, and then I realized like it is dedicated to his children, and it's Joseph Hillstrom King as one of them. I was like, oh yeah. You know, but
And even though the cat's out of the bag, I kind of respect that he didn't name himself to tie in with his dad.
sure.
Also, Joe King is kind of a funny name. You've got to be Joe King.
Yeah. Oh, he's like
Yeah, once they
fucking
catch on
anti-
fire,
like
they rush in.
suicide bomber.
Yeah.
He just seems to be okay taking it, because they just die soon afterwards.
Yeah, again, this playthrough, he's got a certain degree of boost from some sort of benefit from previous play, I think. Because his weapons do more damage than they usually do.
I want you to appreciate the power of my mustache.
Now that he's been identified, I'm a little surprised he leaves the hood up. I mean, except that would require a new model.
Does he know that York knows who he is?
Maybe he doesn't. I mean, he's got to suspect since York came looking for him in the sheriff's department. The hood is slightly translucent and the eye lights shine through. It's Enter the Raincoat Killer here. Legend here. Nope. I have reason to believe that you've got at least a couple more hours to go.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta figure out the mystery of George's mom, right?
It definitely, it's one of those mysteries where, like, here's what happened. No, here's what really happened. No, here's what really happened. What? What was that? It was gross. It's Thomas's desk. All the other ones are gone. It's Emily's desk. All the other ones are gone.
It's almost as if a crazy person was redecorating.
Where are their
Fucking
weird
tentacles
undead acrobats?
All undead are acrobats. That's just common knowledge. Here's where you pull the truck in, apparently.
That really makes a sort of sense, because whatever is animating the dead corpse isn't a person who feels pain, so they'll get all twisted up any way they want. And if you don't have live actors, you can go nuts with it.
Is there going to be a meat delivery sack?
Is that what kids are calling it these days?
Yeah, I gave her a meat delivery.
And she told me she was a vegan, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, the gun range. Seems unfair. I can't even get at you, and you shoot way faster than they do.
Yeah. Great snowfall bullshit.
If we ever do get zombies and we survive for any length of time, there's definitely going to be some of that action, I'm pretty sure. There's been more than one movie that makes fun of that concept, too.
Sure.
And you're like, at first rush, you know, some people are going to go, zombie, and shoot him, but others are going to go, hey, wait a minute, there's no fucking No such thing as a zombie. That's a guy. Don't shoot the guy until you know he's dangerous.
Yeah.
Don't shoot the dudes, dude.
This fucking police headquarters, my god. This just doesn't make any sense at all anymore.
He's just appeared out of nowhere. That's cheating.
No?
George is definitely an
We'll do that, I
augmented
guess.
person.
Oh, George, we don't have to play anymore. And now he's gone.
Now I'm gonna shoot a barrel. Yep. Gotta
Oh,
shoot
yeah,
the shit out of
barrels.
barrels.
Oh, we gotta shoot the shit out of those barrels. There we go.
Uh,
Wait, there was something red in the back
yeah,
of
it
that.
was a door.
So, we not want to
Probably
check that out?
wants to go through the door.
Oh, he wants to look at everything else first. Okay, nothing else that we can do. Let's through the red door.
Look good.
Behind the red
Gigantic
door.
staircase. Watch out for the baby carriage bouncing down. Up.
Hey, where do these stairs go?
The background music is doing that superheroes from Rocky Horror again. Almost.
Take your word for it. Finally saw Rocky.
See it in the
Horror
theater?
about a year ago, too.
Oh, it's not the same.
No.
As I'm sure people have told you a number of times. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to actually see the movie, you know? I'm not really into watching things and involving other people. I mean, that's
It's called
weird.
theater, dear boy. And depending on which version you watch, it might not even have the song that I'm referencing.
Also, like, watching things and
Yeah, that's
having
bizarre.
fun with it while you're doing it, that's really weird. Oh, God. Just, sounds like somebody putting on, like,
Hey, plastic socks.
plastic socks or something.
From Amazon. Now a cliffhanger on what he's gonna wear next.